Okay, look alive, ladies and gentlemen. Is everything good to go? Am I coming in clear? I'll give you guys a secret word. Hacky sack. There you go. That, spice things up a bit. Just to make sure things are working properly. And of course, as soon as I begin Session 10 of Final Fantasy VII, I got a damn dog barking outside. Okay, I'm going to give everything a quick refresh. Just to make sure everything is good. Why you die. Oh. Okay, are we good to go? Because I hit the hit broadcast button about 2 minutes ago, and now I'm just coming in. Okay, that was a bit odd. Not gonna lie. All right, so I gave you guys a secret word earlier. Nobody in the chat said anything, so I'm gonna assume the stream just went live right now. So, okay, guys, the secret word of today is hacky sack. If you guys hear me just fine, I'd appreciate you if you type that word in the chat box right now. And I appreciate that. Oh, there we go. And here comes the flood of hacky sacks. Sounds like some sort of bizarre porno. Alright, I am good to go. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Session 10 of Final Fantasy VII. I'm doing this session immediately after Session 9, which was last night, because I only did the Wutai side quest last time, and I felt the session was a little too short as a result, so I figured, you know, it's been 3 months since I did the last session, I really gotta start rolling these things out, so let's say we begin. So, in between sessions, let me actually get the game started here, let me minimize this, I don't need this here anymore. Thank you very much. Alright. So in between sessions, I rearranged all of my damn materia because Yuffie just placed everything on the slots, all hunky-dory, it's all over the place, it was a mess. And to be honest, that's kind of like the worst parts of the game for me, that one instance when that happens, I'm not gonna lie. But nothing really as much has changed. We got the new Leviathan summon materia, so I gave that to Aerith because she's rocking a pretty beefy magic stat, so why not? Gave her some restore, and Piozor's link with that, I'll explain more of that later. Gave her my second enemy skill, Red 13, is be rocking most of the elemental type of materia and manipulate, just in case I need to control anybody. Speaking of which, we do need to do one more thing around the Wutai area before we set off back to our plane boat. There's another enemy skill we can learn. And the enemy can only be found in the shores of the Wutai beach. So we need to hang around here for a little bit. We're looking for pretty much like a giant turtle. And I believe the name of the enemy skill is Death Force. Sounds pretty cool, but it just gives you immunity to death. That's all it is. And here he is. Alright. Unfortunately, Death Force is one of those attacks that you can only get the turtle to do if you manipulate him. And cool, first try. Awesome. Alright, let's use that Death Force on Cloud. Yeah, you guys... It's supposed to be like some sort of Animantoise, but you guys can call him Gamera if you want to. Alright, that's good. Now Cloud has it. I should have just given both enemy skills to save some time. But let's do it again on Aerith. There you go. Yeah, Death Force gives you immunity to death. It's all nice and stuff like that. Let's give him a try. I'll have Cloud probably follow up with the trying for himself. I could use Beta, but I don't want to use Beta. Anyway, he's under my control. He can't help himself. Tonight I dine on turtle soup. Can't really do anything, it's kind of sad actually. How are the sound levels coming in, folks? I thought last night's session was a little too loud, just audio-wise, but I just want to make sure. Is the game still pretty audible? Just want to make sure everything's good to go. Okay. And we are done with the Wutai area. Hey, we go for the TMNT reference first, and it's Final Fantasy. You think you guys would go with the... I don't know, a few of you guys are going with the X-Death reference, as in Jakku 618. Bringing out the X-Death Dissidia there. Alright, let me check here something real quick. Sorry about that. The game is pausing for a second. I just gotta minimize a lot of things here, because I can barely see the chat at this point in time. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's say we head back to our plane boat. I know it's called the Tiny Bronco, but, you know, it's a plane that was down to use it as to cross shallow waters to boat. Folks, if the stream is coming in a bit choppy on your end, I mean, I'm obviously I do whatever I can to make sure the stream is stable. But I would recommend try to refresh the page. You know, I'm feeling... Why not? Yeah, try to refresh the page. There should be a video quality toggle on the bottom of the video player. You can use that as well. And if that still doesn't work, then there's not much else I can tell you. And I apologize for that. Yeah, it's actually a good thing to continue fighting enemies in the Wutai section, because a lot of the enemies, if they're not dropping Phoenix Downs, they're dropping X potions. Because, you know, they expect you to go to this area without materia because of the side quest we did last session. So if you really want to stock up on X potions, this is your place to be. See, we got around the same amount of people that were here last night. I appreciate you guys all joining me for session 10 of Final Fantasy VII. Glad that you guys could make it here. And we got, you know, I really don't feel like fighting these guys. You got my materia back. I am wiped out. Let me see. Getting back is not as arduous, but it's still kind of confusing. There's so many mountains here. They're steep, you can't climb them. If only I had some sort of green bird at my disposal. And don't ask me why I said green bird specifically. It's not like I'm foreshadowing anything. But whatever give you that idea. Ah, there it is. My plane boat. Ah, I can't. Of course. I know, like, realistically, I'm supposed to be. This world map is like representing something I'm climbing. You know, it's supposed to be a really steep mountain, but it just looks like something I can just simply leap over. Alright, so, in terms of plot, we learned something vaguely about something called the Temple of the Ancients. Now, unfortunately, 7 is pretty vague on where you have to go next. We're supposed to go to the Gold Saucer next. So let's say we can get there easily if we cross this river. We can go up the river here. There you go. Now, for some reason, well, nothing ever really tells you. You can go to this house as well. This guy in this house. I think we went here earlier, but if he's not in the house, then Cloud automatically lets himself out. But now he's inside his house, and you can talk to him. He tells you something about a keystone. Of course, we have no idea what the hell he's talking about. But apparently, the keystone is what we need to gain access to the Temple of the Ancients. Of course, the guy doesn't think it's all real. It's just a legend, but ladies and gentlemen, especially those that play RPGs, we all know how legends and myths work in an RPG world. It's true. Nothing's ever false. And if it's a rumor, it comes to life. Well, he had the keystone, but he sold it. And he sold it to Dio. Not that Dio, the other Dio in the gold. God damn it, I can't believe I didn't just realize that. You thought I had a keystone, but it was me, Dio! We don't have to worry about anything about the temple location. We'll get there pretty fine. Let's change the subject. Oh yeah, there's another thing that this guy can do. It's really out of the way, and I'm not going to bother doing it, just as a heads up. This guy makes weapons. He makes stuff out of something called mithril. If you give him mithril, he's not going to make anything for you, I believe, but he does let you open one of his treasure chests. Inside the small box is Aerith's level 4 limit break, the Great Gospel. It is a ridiculously disgusting limit break in terms of what it does. It's like a full restore, and it makes you invincible for like a really long duration. But you have to go so out of your way to get the damn thing, and I can count maybe 3 times that I ever got the Great Gospel, let alone get Aerith up to level 4 limit break. It's just not worth it. And at this point in time, I got enough to do with enemy skills, you know, cures and restores, all that shit. And just to have that, just, you know, you do it just to say that, yeah, I got the Great Gospel, I did that one time, it was awesome, I only did it once. But, you know, it's really impractical. It's awesome, but it's very impractical. Anyway, this is Leviathan. Booyah. It's not worth it. God damn it, it's not worth it. Oh cool, we got a Saraha nut. For breeding. Breeding. So we need to make our way back to the gold saucer. And the way we get back there is via the way we got there in the first place. We need to head back to North Corel. Or Coral Town. Corel. Whatever. Oh, club. That's not going to do much. Nah. The hovering dudes, by that I mean like the guy who do the club card. I forgot the name. He has one nasty card. It's called the Joker card. That's instant death. I mean, you can use Death Force. We just got Death Force, so you can use that to avoid it. But, you know, he goes down pretty easily. He doesn't have much HP to begin with. I want to make a quick little stuff just to make sure everything... no, I don't need to be that... I'm not that paranoid. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't mention this. I don't think I mentioned this in an earlier session. After you finish the Cosmo-Canyon section, you know, with Seto and Red 13 reconciling with his father, you get the Seraph Comb, which is a pretty beefy weapon at this point in time. It's not linked to any materia slots though, so that can be a bummer. And we're back at the gold saucer. Oh yeah, some little hidden trivia that you guys were talking about during the last session with the Wutai side quests. If you actually manage to have like a shitload of materia at your disposal, Yuffie only steals a select amount. I don't remember the cap, but if you like jam-packed, your inventory is filled with, it's just absolutely exploding with materia, Yuffie actually won't steal all of it. Now, I don't know what, there's a priority list on what Yuffie steals, so you may be left with some really weak shit. But yeah, I think she's limited by the game's programming. But we have a lot of gil at this point in time. The first time we were here, we only had enough money to buy the one-day pass. But now we can buy the lifetime pass for 30,000 gil. And it is a lifetime pass indeed. You never have to worry about gaining minutes into the gold saucer ever again. But we gotta find Dio. And Dio is in the battle square. Where's the battle square? Here it is. Now with 100% less murder, and getting thrown into jail. I'm actually going to check my materia here for a second with Cloud. I think he should be pretty good to go. HP. Why is HP so on counterattack? I don't think I gain HP for doing it. Do I? No, I don't think I do. But it doesn't really matter at this point in time. Enemy skill, that should be enough. Steal, restore. Nah, I'm overthinking this. I should be fine. He hoped. Yeah, so this is the battle square. Pretty much, when you're here, Cloud, and I think it's only Cloud that can participate. You know, I'll get more into that as we actually participate in it, because we're going to do that right now. So here's the keystone. It's out on display like that. Dio apparently has no idea what it's for. It just looks pretty, so he has it on the display case. But thankfully, he's generous enough to actually give us the keystone on one condition: we have to participate in a battle arena. So it's going to be Cloud, nothing but Cloud, so help us God. In a total of 8 battles. Now here's the thing. After you finish your first battle, and after every battle after that, you get a handicap. Now, the battle starts off normally. These are nothing to worry about. Yeah, Cloud's out pretty... by the way, I'm using the Murasame. I got that in the Wutai weapon shop. It's pretty good. Alright, so we're going to keep going. Alright. Now, in between every battle, you have to spin this slot reel. Whatever we get is the handicap that's going to be placed on us for the next round. In this case, it's going to be, survey says, our level goes down 5 levels. Okay, that's not the worst of it, because it can go down by 10. Hey, I know this guy from Port Condor. Cool. You know, I'm going to get a big guard on me because I do want that haste on me. And luckily, that counterattack materia works wonders. Ow. That wasn't very nice. I don't know what determines the encounters, but it's nothing too bad. Okay, I want that red materia slot thing because I don't have any summon materia on me. Damn it. Alright, times 30 damage. Okay. You know what? I don't like the looks of you. So I'm going to give you a beta. Yeah, I was going for the red materia slot because that breaks your summon materia. Now, obviously, Cloud doesn't have any summon materia, so there's no penalty in the end. So you really want to go after those handicaps that really don't affect you whatsoever, unless you get really screwed with a bad slot. By the way, in the PlayStation 1 version of the game, of course is mistranslated as off course. It's a little typo. Like, you're off course. Ooh, I want cure. Yes! HP restored. Oh, I think this guy is from the train area. Oh yeah, I felt that. Yeah, I want to keep the enemy skills to, like, groups. Single enemies, they shouldn't be too bad. You don't have to win all 8 battles to get the keystone. You just go as far as you can. You get some bonuses if you get all 8. You know what? I want to go for that. Yes, okay. I think the only thing I had there was the HP absorb, so that's not really a big deal. Let me, get my... Oh, good, the counterattack material automatically activated. That's nice. Well, I think I still have my configuration on weight. Yeah, I don't know, yesterday's session when I was doing the pagoda, yeah, my mind was just not working the way it usually does. Like, I was worried about, with the fight with Godo, I was worried about, you know, getting minimized and shit like that. I completely forgot that White Wind restores status ailments. Alright, I actually want to go HP 0, MP 0, because I can fix that with the elixir. Yes, okay, 0 MP. Alright, time to restore. Not to worry, I have plenty of this I got plenty more where this came from. Ryujin 98, you shut your mouth. Goda is not in this. He never will be. Good riddance. You know what? Let's go on Aqualung. Like, the triple elemental spells, Beta, Aqualung, Trine, they're just so damn handy. Cool, that was... I love counterattack, especially when you start maxing that son of a bitch out. Alright. I want poison, because I'm already poisoned. Yes. Oh, well. Alright, we got groups here, so let's give them... Okay, hopefully it doesn't stop me. It probably will. Okay, I'm stopped, so this shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully. There we go. This should kill them. Dude, I'm poisoning on my knees. How did you miss that? Wow, you guys are really off your game today. Let me give myself a cure too, just to be on the safe side. If you win the battle arena, you are given... I want to save my limit breaks. Oh no. Counterattack, Cloud? Can you counterattack? I appreciate if you counterattack. No, you're not going to. Okay. Yeah, Cloud, I think, won't actually... If your configuration is on wait, Cloud actually won't counterattack until you get out of the menu. Alright, here we go. I don't want the green materia broken, because I might... No, I have explosion, so it wouldn't be that bad. Okay, there we go. I won't be able to use Cure anymore. Oh, wow, it's a dragon. Alright. I am going to give him a Clim Hazard, and then I am going to heal, and then I'm going to put Big Guard up. Just to be safe. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, it's not a dragon, it's a Durgan. Yeah, good eye there, guys. I'm looking forward to live stream the 6-2 one day. I love that game. We fought dragons earlier. Yeah, I love the counterattack. It's really awesome stuff. I might just finish him off with the Yeah, I might just let counterattack do its work because I know dragons are usually pretty magical resistant, off the top of my head anyway. You know what, let's give him an Aqua Lung. I'm not going to use Beta, because I'm pretty sure the dragon absorbs fire. Things are starting to heat up here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that might kill me. See, doing stuff like that doesn't actually make me cringe because I know you can get plenty of elixirs in this game. Especially if you know a certain trick with a certain materia. Which I'm still not sure if that works in the PC version of the game. Never tried it. Wow, this dragon has a lot of HP. More than I remembered, anyway. There we go. That's it. I won. When I did a test playthrough last night, my final opponent was Yin and Yang, the weird as hell mutation creature thingamahooger that we fought in the Shinra Mansion's basement. But you know, sometimes it's not always Yin and Yang, and sometimes it's the dragon from Mount Nipple. Yeah, but if you manage to win all 8 battles, you get the Choco Feather and a Protect Vest, something I already have. They're not entirely rare items, but Choco Feather gives you plus 10 Dexterity. That's always nice. Alright. Let's say we get a move on, shall we? You know what? We have some things to do here before we leave entirely. Let's go back to the Wonder Square. Because there's another game I want to play before I want to ditch this place. This place is a little too loud for me. And the music never stops playing. Fortunately, the submarine machine minigame is still... Now, this is something I could have shown off during my first visit, but I'm going to wait until now. This is Mog House. Costs 100 gil to play. Nothing really spectacular, folks. Just gonna give that warning right now. This is Mog's house. You know, this is Mog's house. It's in Mog Forest on Mount Mog. Ya Mog? The beginning of another day in the life of a Mog. This year, Mog is a Pia Papupo years old. That's 28 in human years. He's at the age when he should be looking for a mate. But before Mog can become an adult, he first needs to learn how to fly. Even though Mog trains hard every day, he still can't seem to get off the ground. I know, it's not that Mog from Final Fantasy VI. I don't believe it is. Looks like he's still got a long way to go. Well, ain't that something? Here's where you come in. Help Mog learn how to fly by pushing OK and feeding him his favorite Kupo nut. But don't overfeed him. He won't be able to fly if he's too fat. You little fat thing, you fatty. Alright, so this is pretty simple. We're just going to be feeding Mog Kupo nuts until he's filled with delicious Kupo nuts. But how do you tell? Well, you're looking for the right signal. When his stomach growls, that means he still wants more. We're waiting for Mog to make this, like, little hiccup motion. At that point, we stop. It's a really simple game. Yeah, so he still wants more. This is a greedy Mog. There you go. Now that he's had enough, now we just wait. I think it takes about, like, 6 to 8 seconds before the game automatically continues on. And when you've done everything correctly, Mog should take off just as normally. He did it. He's flying. Now he's finally become a full-fledged Mog. Because Mogs that don't fly are abominations against Mog kind. Yeah, we're doing this a total of twice. A total of 2 times. Tired but relaxed, our little Mog turns out the lights early and goes to bed. Good night and sweet dreams. Oh, now we got a female Mog here. Oh, what's this? Here comes a female Mog. You can tell because she is pink. It seems like he likes it. It seems like he likes it. He likes her. Oh, okay. It's kind of worded oddly. Alright, so Mog's about to get his Mog on, but before we can do that, we have to help him fly again, because you can do it, you know, apparently it's not like riding a bike. You forget it immediately after doing it once. So we're doing it again. Just feed him Kupo nuts until he hiccups. Thirsty Mog. I like that. There you go, okay. No more nuts. Anytime now, Mog. Come on, buddy. There we go. Oh, it seems like Mog's decided to take another shot at it. He's flying! Mog was able to do it. Again. And that's pretty much it. That's the end of the minigame. Now we just get a bit of epilogue here. She must have fallen for his graceful flying form. Yeah, female Mogs are easily swayed. Sometime later. Looks like things are going well with his new Mog friend. Time for a quiet date in the forest. Her name is Mag. She is a good-natured Mog. And then they got with the banging. Best of luck to the both of you, Mog and Mag. May you have lots and lots of healthy Mogs. Healthy sex for everyone. And god damn it, they get busy. Now divorce court. No worries there, I guess. And that's it. That is the end of that minigame. Now, what is the reason for doing that? Well, as soon as you finish the minigame, the guy behind you watching, he's I don't know if he's a backseat gamer, you talk to him, he's impressed. He gives you 30 GP. You don't have to worry about expending GP in the Wonder Square. This place pretty much takes nothing but gil. But GP is what you need to play other attractions in other areas. For the next area we're heading to is the Speed Square. There's only one point of interest in the Speed Square, is this roller coaster minigame. It's pretty deceptively hard if you're going for a high score. I normally don't break 5,000. I usually stick around 4,000. So yeah, we're gonna get into some first-person shooter action here, folks. We're riding a roller coaster though. This woman apparently is tapping into her inner Bill Cosby. Yeah, seriously. Imagine someone. I'm not gonna do it because, you know, I already gave you guys Morgan Freeman. But imagine like this woman being voiced by Bill Cosby, saying all this stuff with the zips and the zops and the brooms and the, yeah, you know what I mean. All right, but the thing is, to play this game, you need GP. You can't use gil. You have to use the Gold Saucer's currency. So we talked to the guy after playing the mod game. He gave us 30 GP. That's good for 3 games here. I'm only gonna play it once because I do want to get things moving along. The prizes you can get in the Speed Square are pretty nifty. At this point in time, if we can score 5,000 points, we can get an exclusive weapon for Aerith, the Umbrella. It's like a joke sort of weapon, but it's actually pretty nifty. Well, powerful anyway. Anyway, Speed Square. I don't remember where all the bonus point locations are, because there's a lot of things you can shoot in this damn game. But you have a power meter right here. You hold down the button, your meter goes down, but your blazer's not as powerful. I recommend short spurts so that the laser's at its maximum potential and you can kill things faster. But, name of the game here, you're just shooting a lot of things. Shoot anything that moves. Let me see. I want to at least try to break 4,000. This goes to worth 40 points apiece. But there's also things that you can also shoot like inanimate objects, like the cactuses. You get bonus points for like the one with the multi-limbs. There's some rocks here that you can shoot. Let me see if I can get the one that's right around here. Hopefully I won't miss it. It's like worth 200 points. There you go. Yeah, that rock in the background is worth 200 points. But there's a lot of things thrown at you in this game, and you have to have quick fingers. And the controls are not inverted, which is a bit odd for me. Yellow submarine there. That propeller on the boat, you can shoot continuously for points. How many points you get depends on how long you shoot the damn thing. Stars. I throw them all over the place. Yeah, I recommend short bursts because you really don't want to drain that power meter. It regenerates pretty fast, but the laser gets weaker the farther down the power meter goes. These little crystalline things are worth 70, I think, but they're pretty hard to hit because they're like gnats. Icicles are worth 50. Come on, I gotta get at least 1. There we go. Got 2. Cool. I usually get 2. Yeah. So that's par for the course. Let me see. What's that? Oh, balloons. These are pretty easy. I think if you shoot enough of them, you get some sort of Mickey Mouse balloon that pops up. Yeah, there it is. That's worth 70. UFOs, they're pretty sporadic. You can shoot those down here. There's a blimp right here. I don't remember if that's worth any points. Look alive, ladies and gentlemen. Before we had the likes of Call of Duty, we had games like these. Alright, these little bomb things I think are worth 70 if you can manage to hit them. Ah, I missed every single... Oh, I got it. Somehow I got it. Helicopters, 40 points. But as soon as we climb this hill here, we're going to get a really big whopping point bonus. The UFO. I recommend just don't mash the button. And don't hold down the button for too long, because you want that laser to be at full power. There we go. But if you manage to destroy it, an easy 1,000 points. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna break 5,000, so I'm not gonna get Aerith's umbrella. But I figure you guys should look there. A searchlight here. That's worth 200 points. And I don't know if you can shoot this thing down. I tried for the life of me, never managed to do so. Yeah, that's not bad though. 4,000, over 4,000 points. Ooh, we got the Masamune. Yeah, that's a consolation prize. The Masamune blade. It's apparently a replica of the sword that Sephiroth uses. Let me see. Yeah, a perfect copy of Sephiroth's sword that we can't use. And again, you know, I guess Sephiroth is the only one that can handle such a long-ass blade. I guess Cloud just has to settle with the damn Buster Sword. But it's not the same, I suppose. Alright, I think we're done here. There are still plenty of stations to show off from the Gold Sauce to the Chocobo Station for later on, trust me. The event station, no point in doing that now. So let's say we get out of here. There we go. The tram is out of order. So? So? You dipshit, that means you can't leave. The fuck? Yeah, the tram's broken, huh? Yeah, tough shit. Hate when that happens. Yeah, I can't stand it either, especially when it's the only way to get into this place. That's gotta be unnerving for claustrophobics. Man, you're trapped in a place you don't want to be in anymore and you can't leave. So we're gonna rendezvous at the hotel square. It's actually a haunted house. Pretty cool. And Ketchi, he joined us relatively recently. So Cloud's gonna give him the Cliff Notes version of what's been going on. But, you know, shortened to the point. We're after Sephiroth. Sephiroth is the only thing we're really worrying about at this point in time. Sephiroth is in search of the Promised Land. What is the Promised Land? A land full of Mako energy. Well, you know, that's... or so the stories say. We don't know if it actually exists, but according to Aerith... oh, goddammit. You know, it's a place of boundless happiness. But is it a physical place? Is it something that you can actually go to? What does it taste like? Can you eat it? You know, the search and travel... you search and travel until you feel it. Then you just know that you found it. So, the Promised Land, I guess, is just sort of like Nirvana. The Promised Land is in you, and it's in you, and it's in you. Not to the ghosts on the seats, though. They didn't find the Promised Land. I heard from Dio that a man in a black cape was looking for the black materia. I never heard of the black materia. Yeah, so you get some clarification here that those creepy guys that we saw in black capes in Nibelheim were experimented on from Hojo. They all had number tattoos. Red 13 being the 13th. Yeah, that's why he's called Red 13. 13 representing the number he was given. But 1 through 12, it's kind of unnerving. It makes you... if I was Red 13, I'd be shitting my pants. I mean, we saw the result of the experiments. Those guys were on their last legs, and they didn't look too healthy at all. Red 13, of course, is worrying about that too. It's like, is he going to go mad? No, we don't have to worry about that. Red 13's part of the main cast, so you don't have to worry about that sort of thing. Red 13's awesome. Perhaps too awesome, because... he didn't get much screen time in Advent Children, the sequel to this game, the movie sequel. Now, I know technically why he didn't get a lot of screen time, but, you know, I love Red 13. He's cool. Red 13 is someone I used a lot of back in my first playthroughs between 97 and, I'd say around 2000. Alright, so if you recall, there are a lot of times when the females of the cast ask you a lot of questions. You're given the choice whether you want to be a dick or you want to be nurturing towards them. I deliberately wasn't very close to Aerith because I wanted to have a date with Tifa. Now, out of the people that you can have a date with, you can have Aerith date you, which is Usually the first timers choice because by default I think Aerith has more happiness points than Tifa. You can have Tifa join you, obviously, which is what we're doing now. You can have Barret join you. I think you have to be an absolute dick to both Aerith and Tifa, but be nice to Marlene to get Barret. And if all that fails, if you're a dick to everyone, I think you get a date with Yuffie. I have never gotten a date with Yuffie. And I think I've gotten a date with Barret once. With that said, I don't remember how the date with Barret goes. But canonically, in my personal canon of Final Fantasy VII, it just makes more sense if Cloud goes on a gold saucer date with Tifa. You know, because Aerith had Zack. Let her keep Zack. So this is pretty much just for story's sake. We're nothing really fancy's going on here. And it's a couple's night out. And thankfully for us, it's also the enchantment night, so a lot of attractions are free. And we just so happen to be the 100th couple to walk into the event square. According to you guys in the chat, you can also get Sid. I don't know how the hell you get Sid. Long, long ago, an evil shadow appeared over the peaceful kingdom of Galdia. Princess Rosa was kidnapped by the evil dragon king, Valvados. What will become of her? Just then, the legendary hero, Alfred, appears! That's applause, by the way.
Oh, you must be the legendary hero, Alfred!
Hey, it's your line.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, you must be the legendary hero, Alfred. By my soul, please, please save Princess Rosa. Now, please talk to the king.
This is a pretty goofy time, though. I love. There's something so undeniably narmy about this sort of thing. Oh, legendary hero Alfred, you have come to save my beloved Rosa. Was that a 4 reference? On the peak of the dangerous mountain dwells the evil dragon king Valvados, who has kidnapped Princess Rosa. This is something we know. But you can't beat the evil dragon king now. Talk to one who can help you. Well, he just spun in place right there, so are we going to talk to the knight, or are we going to talk to the wizard? You know what? Let's talk to the wizard. I am the great wizard woman. What do you wish to know? Why not? Oh, what is going to happen next? Oh, legendary hero, look! EDK up in this bitch. What ho, you dare ignore the evil dragon king? Gah! I'm sorry if I'm raping anybody's ears here. I just can't help but get into this sort of thing. I am the evil dragon king, Valvados. I have not harmed the princess. I have been expecting you. I can't do a Tifa voice. I don't know what to... Who is your enemy? Say it! You know what? I don't like that knight's attitude. Come on, no more. Ow! You dare ignore me? Booyah. What an unusually strong princess. And so the story, new legendary hero Rosa, and our story ends happily ever after. Yeah, that's why it's just, that play is more fun to mess up with. You know, it's hilarious to see what kind of outcomes that can happen if you decide to deliberately derail everything. Yeah, Tifa did indeed pimp smack that dragon ass. I just gotta say, in terms of soundtrack, I love this theme that's playing right now. Oh, I'm sorry, we gotta look at the window. Oh, no, well, we can only tilt our heads. Every time Tifa prompts Cloud to look at something, you can peek out through the window and you get an FMD. Aw. Yeah, that's also kind of unnerving. The Chocobo races don't believe in guardrails. What if one derails and smacks right into the gondola? I thought this shit looked so amazing back in '97. Yeah. Oh boy. Tifa has something to say. Sometimes being old friends is hard. I mean, timing is everything. Yeah. Oh, god damn it, she caught the squall at last second. By the way, that helicopter you probably hear in the background is not from the Gold Saucer. That's right outside my house. Huh. Ah, Tifa. And suddenly our attention focuses on Ketchi. He doesn't seem to be acting that strange, obviously. I mean, how... Oh, damn it. Motherfucker went and took our keystone after him. I play the Benny Hill theme, but I don't have that on standby. I think he went to the Speed Square. Did he go into Speed Square? I think he went to the Speed Square. Yeah, there he goes. Hey, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the... There, that thing. Back here. It's a Shinra helicopter. And that's Sen. He just tossed the damn keystone to Sen. Something is afoot here. Hey, what the fuck, man? Alright, and here you have it. Ketchi was a spy, hired by the Shinra. Couldn't help it. Yeah, that's not exactly the best way to retort that. How about we just keep going on as if that never happened? Of course, Cloud and Tifa are not good. Like, what are you gonna do? I mean, you can't be a part of our group after doing that, buddy. Yeah, but we learn here that Ketchi is actually a giant toy. He's being controlled by someone back in Shinra HQ. But he's not gonna tell us who he really is. Ketchi, for fuck's sake, man! You just gave Shinra our only way of getting into the Temple of Ancients, and you just want to go off as never ever happened? I don't know, but Ketchi, or the guy controlling Ketchi, seems emotionally conflicted. Like, he doesn't really want to do this, but he does have a trump card. Yeah, apparently he has Marlene captive somewhere. Or he could be lying, I don't really know. Last time, I believe, we heard Marlene was in Kalm, the town of Kalm. Or she could be still in Midgar, in Arif's house. I don't know. But we have to do what Ketchi says now. I don't get it, though. I mean, Ketchi took the keystone and gave it to Shinra. You know, the keystone's our way of getting into the Temple of Ancients, but Ketchi still insists that we go to the Temple of Ancients. Well, how the fuck are we gonna do that? You gave away the keystone! Well, maybe he has a plan. I don't know. Alright, so we are off to the Temple of Ancients, and for this sequence, Cloud and Aerith are mandatory. But you know what, we're gonna bring Red 13 with us, because why not? I love Red 13. Pretty cool dude. Everything should be good to go in terms of materia setup. Leviathan needs to be absorbed. Enemy skills. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Okay. Alright, Temple of Ancients is actually not very far at all. And by the way, the gondola is working again. Or the trolley. The tram. Our transportation is working. So we can get the hell out of here. Farewell, Gold Saucer. I got a feeling we'll see each other again many, many, many times into the future. Yeah, the closet that you can open up inside the hotel room you get in the Haunted Mansion, it gives you an elixir, and the laugh, a lot of people say it's like some sort of distorted Kefka laugh from Final Fantasy VI. I can sort of hear it, but I don't think it's the exact same laugh. Like, it just could be just another sort of Kefka-ish laugh, distorted, you know, for that creepy effect, but I don't think it was the original sound clip. Alright, time to go back on the Tiny Bronco and head for the Temple of Ancients. After this random battle. By the way, folks, if you're just tuning in, welcome to Session 10 of the Final Fantasy VII live stream playthrough. I'm glad you guys can join me here for this tonight's session. Sorry, I get a little stuttery when I'm playing and talking at the same time. But, yeah. We are now done with the Gold Saucer. We are going to head into the Temple of Ancients. Not too far off from the from Coral Town. Actually, right here. There it is. Oh, am I in the forest? Am I in the forest? Yeah, I'm in the forest. These things like to cast Berserk. And they can also paralyze you. You know what? I ain't got time for this shit. Let's give him Aqualung. Oh, damn it. No, I'm Berserk now. Okay. These guys also, yeah, these guys are just like a grab bag of nasty shit. They can put Berserk on you. They can stop you. They can inflict poison. Hey man, if you want to give me something that amps up my attack, you go right ahead. I have plenty of HP to spare. You really want me to kill you? You go right ahead. I'll give you the Aqualung. Hope you don't absorb it. Because I don't remember, like, enemy weaknesses, like regular enemy weaknesses and strengths are not something I commit to memory. I do a better job with bosses, for the most part. But, like, I'm not a walking bestiary. Alright, let's save here, because we haven't saved a bit. Let's, go, you know, I don't need these anymore, so I'm going to use that. This is the one I loaded up earlier. Alright, we are going into the Temple of Ancients. Another one of my favorite music pieces in this track, in this game soundtrack. That wasn't very long. And Aerith suddenly feels sick. No, actually, she's speaking to the temple. She can feel it. The knowledge. The power. I can imagine Aerith having like a very chill conversation with this temple. Like the temple itself speaks to her. It's not like a group of souls. It's just one guy sitting in a chair, a metaphorical chair of comfiness. But a man in a black coat just crawled out of this place, and he doesn't look any better than the people we saw in Nibelheim. Black materia. We must be going the right way. He's number 9. There's a tattoo. And then he ascended. Well, it's a good thing in the world of Final Fantasy VII we don't have to question whether or not there's an afterlife. Oh. So now, a lot of places you can take a nap. This has got to be the oddest fucking place I've ever seen anybody do so. He's actually injured. It's not the promised land that Sephiroth is searching for. Damn, I'm hurt. Yeah, apparently he had a run-in. He's not looking too good. Until Advent Children came out, I thought this is where Sen died. Cause I think this is the last time we see him. Apparently, although, despite Sen being a Turk, I am still alive. You know, Arif known Sen since his childhood. It's not a very friendly childhood, I think, but, you know, Arif doesn't have many people she's close with. And if they, you know, every time they do this, they end up either getting killed or they have really shitty lives. I mean, just look at Sen. Look at Zack. We don't know what happened to him. Words, feelings, so many of them here. Now, do not be fooled by the labyrinth-like setting. The Temple of Ancients is actually not a very complicated place. I mean, even then, assuming you're playing the American International version, you can hit select, and you can find out what entryways you can go to, what vines you can climb. It's not a very complicated place. Whether or not I'll get all the treasures is a different story, but let's see as we go along. Like that materia up there. I don't think it's materia. I think it's an item, or it could be a materia. It's independent colored. Look at that. Trident. That is a weapon for Sid. We're actually going to. Yeah, we're gonna climb this vine up next. And by the way, there's random encounters here, so you can't just travel here at your leisure. Hey, jerk. Sealed. That sound brings back memories. Yeah, in fact, apparently if you're going through the sealed, you run into this guy. He has nothing to steal, so I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother physically attacking him there. I have no idea. Sometimes, you know, some enemies don't really have any sort of grand strategies to deal with. It's just regular encounters, so there's nothing really to get worked up about. So, you know, sometimes I just feel like mashing the attack button because the guy's gonna die soon anyway. But he didn't inflict sadness on Cloud, though. I don't want that on him. No, Godo's dead. But that was funny, though. I think that was definitely the highlight of yesterday's session. Let me see. I want to get that off of him. I don't want sadness on him. Sadness makes me sad. Hey, cut that out for God's sakes. It's a random man. It's a strange man we're chasing here. We'll get him in a second. I want to go back down here. No, actually, I want to chase him because the area he goes into is kind of a dead end, so we have to backtrack anyway. Alright, we encountered a variation of this guy earlier near the Gungaga Forest, and he's pretty much the same sort of thing. Yeah, nothing really too worried about. The Temple of Ancients, in the beginning, was not one of my favorite areas. Not so much because of the area, but because of the shit you go through later. You know, because, you know, we're jumping the gun a bit here, but Temple of the Ancients hosts a boss fight that is, without a doubt, one of the most difficult bosses you encountered so far in the game, period. Alright, so this is the guy, he was running away from us earlier. And he speaks mime. Or Nyam Nyam. Are they chewing on something? God damn it, woo! Caught up to you. Spirit bodies of the ancients. They've been away from their planet for a long time to protect this temple. All of it. Over the many years, they lost the ability to talk. Actually, they didn't eat words from the beginning because there were only one objective for those left in the temple. So, what does that matter? God damn it, please, talk to me. And the little guys here seem distressed, but the thing about this guy, Silver Rifle though, that's for Vincent, by the way. The cool thing about these guys is that you can buy something from them. I don't know what they need the money for. You can rest there for instant HP and MP restoration. That's pretty cool. And you can also save your game here. Because I think the Temple of Ancients, once you enter, is a point of no return. Don't quote me on that. I never found a reason to get out of the Temple of the Ancients. for whatever reason, you know, because I was always at an adequate enough level, even during my first playthrough, even though that was hell. Liquid poison, as opposed to chunky poison. Well, I suppose if you were to eat lead, then that's some sort of solid poison. Yeah, I'm attacking with air. If I just give zero fucks, these guys aren't really a threat. Okay, give me a second here, folks. I am going to move the window here a bit. There we go. Well, you guys aren't going to see that because, you know, the exploit window captures whatever needs to be captured. Alright, this chest down here, I think it's the rocket punch for Barrett. Yeah, here it is. That is a close-range weapon for him. Barrett's not in our party anyway, so we're not going to see it in action. It's a boxing glove. So Barrett can really become Mr. T with one arm. Now, actually, I think we can go through that little archway there. And frog jab punches you, turns to a frog. You know, one thing I really do love about Final Fantasy VII is that the status elements don't carry over into the world map. Sleep, petrification, frog statuses, all that stuff. There we go. Luck plus. That increases our luck, don't you know? If you, with the exception of rare drops, I never found the need to increase my luck in this game. I'm guessing, luck determines critical hits. Is that a safe assumption? I'm sorry. I'm kind of looking at the chat here and, yeah, the enemy encounters in Temple of the Ancients aren't really remarkable at all. So I really don't feel the need to fight any of these guys. You know, I did a bit of grinding in earlier sessions in Junin by abusing the alarm trick. You know, because I don't want to... Well, you know, I'm cutting off grinding anyway. You guys aren't going to see that much anyway. Alright, so this area, we have these rocky contraptions that are rolling. You have to position Cloud right under the opening. You hit the confirm button to make Cloud do that, and he seems to... Ow. Yeah, you know, it's like some sort of ancient chiropractic. Yeah, some Temple of the Ancient Chiropractors. Because if Cloud gets squished, then nothing really happens. You just position yourself, and once you see a flash green twice, and that's it. We're on our way. I just got crushed, but it's okay. Yep. Well said, Kylva. Kylva, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I mangled that name. Oh, by the way, the materia that we got near this puddle of knowledge was the morph materia. I think we may have had it already. Thanks to Yuffie. No, I'm thinking of Gale Toss. Or Throw. Morph can morph a random enemy, well, a regular enemy, into an item. We're actually going to be using it later down the road to get a specific item. But more on that later, because we're not going to be using morph anytime soon. Alright, so this is actually some sort of ancient projector. Turns out Elena and Sen were both here together. But, you know, we didn't see Elena, so she probably hit the high road at some point. We're just going to see how things are going on here. This looks like a mural. Okay, Sephiroth right there, that image of Sephiroth, that is much closer in the PC version than compared to the PS1 version, because in the PS1 version, he's about the same size as the main characters there. He just sort of looks, gives us an aside glance, as if he's looking at the player, not so much Cloud and the others. And then he just appears. But I think we're going to discover where Sen got injured. Yes, ancient Egyptian laser projections. And meanwhile, Sephiroth will continue to lift some invisible weights. And spin in place. And make duplicates of himself. He can do all this and more in Final Fantasy VII. Except make julienne fries. Now the Sephiroth is giving us some sort of hints to his true plans. Something about merging with spiritual energy to become a god. Yeah, I think we all saw it. Kinda forced us to. Almost there. Almost there. Sephiroth is here, right? No matter what he thinks, it's going to end here. I'm taking him out. Oh yeah, you guys can come along too. Oh, well, cool. You ever gonna help us with the Rolling Stones there, buddy? Rolling Stones. You know what I mean. Now we're gonna rest here. Do I want to... No, I don't actually. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to hit the confirmation button twice to get that. Okay, this is the clock room, hosted by the Time Guardian. It's a clock with a mouth. Alright, so we have the option to either spin this and just hit the confirmation button so it stops at a random point. I never see the point of doing that. Or we can move the thing ourselves. Now there are a total of, I believe, 12 rooms here. You know, like the face of a clock. We want to go to 5. We want to go to 4, 5, 7, and 8, because those are the ones that have items inside. Alright, so let's go to 4 first. Oh, I left my car keys at home. Let me go get those for a second. Oh, no! Alright, so if for some reason, like a dumbass, you fall off, because a second hand gets in your way, you are knocked down to the bottom part. Now, there is a treasure box right there, and Red 13's tingling with excitement. But there's a forced encounter here you have to fight, and these dragonfly enemies can be a bit of a problem if you're not sufficiently leveled up. They hit pretty hard. But, and they really got it out for Cloud, god damn. Oh, if I knew I was supposed to little break, I want to just wait it until... Hey, see, these guys really aren't fucking around. They got speed on their side. Yeah, but that one's dead. Alright, let's get back in action here. You know what, I'll give another cure too, just for safety's sake. Because these guys really didn't like Cloud for some reason. Paying the price for standing on the clock for too long. There, that should take care of him. Good. No, we're not gonna go see Rocky VII Adrian's Revenge. Though I'm telling you right now, Rocky Balboa was the 6th film in the franchise. I know the series is pretty much dead. I hope it's finished. But if they're gonna make a 7th Rocky film, it better be titled Adrian's Revenge. She's dead in Rocky Balboa. She can come back from the dead. I'm just saying, it would make perfect sense. Anyway, the item we got from the chest is the Nail Bat. It is a pretty powerful weapon for Cloud. The thing is, it has no materia slots. So, it's a trade-off. Do you want that raw power, or do you want your materia? I think we can afford to not have, you know what? What do you think? I'll let you guys decide. Keep the Murasame, or switch it up with a bat with a nail in it. In normal playthroughs, I usually do equip the nail bat because back then I was nowhere near as knowledgeable with materia as I am now. I was a really sort of physical force sort of guy, just attack everything. Materia doesn't exist. It works for Ness. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of Murasames. I don't know how. Oh, the nail bat is coming back with a vengeance. Use the Buster Sword, okay. No, I don't have a toothpick. Alright, I think it's spoken. You guys want me to stay with the Murasame? Okay. No, I can't use the copy of Sephiroth's sword. I'm sorry, guys. Rocky 7's not an option either. Okay, we're pretty good there. Unfortunately, falling down the clock means we have to travel through all of this again. I don't care! Well, nothing's really stopping me from going into my inventory. Hey, jerk. Yeah, you put me back where I belong. Thank you. What an ass. I think I have a smoke bomb. One. Yeah, I can use that to ignore battles if I wanted to. And luckily, we don't have to do the minigame here again. Heal me up, man. Alright, so let's actually take door number 4 this time. 4, 5, 7, and 8. Those are the rooms that have items in it. Everything else is either monster in a box or a dead end. The Princess Guard. This is, believe it or not, Aerith's ultimate weapon. The umbrella, I think, is also pretty up there in terms of attack power and materia slots. The weapon I told you can get in the speed square if you score over 5,000 points at this point in the game. But yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, Jesus, so many materia slots. I'm not really using them all because enemy skill is pretty much all I need with Aerith. Alright, so I'm actually going to cross the face right now. I'm going to go through the room and I'm going to backtrack because it's just faster to manipulate the clock that way. You know, but I never did get the point of the spin option. We're not playing Wheel of Fortune. we're traveling across the clock face. Yeah, why not? You're by yourself. Laser. Well, I think it's gravity-based, so it may not do much. Yeah, 168. Thank you, Cloud. I mean, Aerith is pretty good in terms of magic. She has a pretty high magic stat. The second highest in the game, I think, compared to Cloud. Oh no, actually the Princess Guard, it actually beefs that up. She has actually a higher attack, magic attack than Cloud. Cloud is 74, and Aerith is at 85. But the accessory we just got from the chest is the ribbon. A sexy piece of accessory, because as tradition has it in Final Fantasy, ribbon protects you from all abnormal status elements. So get the Cloud. Cloud will never be a frog or fall asleep again. It's kind of creepy, actually. Alright, so same thing as before. We're going to head back, cut across here, and head right back here. Alright, so now we went to, that was 5. Alright, let us take 7. Final Fantasy 7, I get it. There we go. And the trumpet shell, I believe that is for Ketchi. Not something I often use because I don't think there's ever a time I ever brought Ketchi with me to the Temple of the Ancients. Yeah. But you know, it's there. I get it because I know it is. Alright, one more to go to. And then we are going to head for the mandatory door, which is 6. Because 6 is better than 7. Oh, I said it. Oh, no, they don't want to do that. Hit cancel. There you go. Alright, and for our final prize. We get a Mega Elixir. Always nice. And those are pretty rare. I often... They're so rare. It's like, you get like 3 or 4 at a time. And, oh, okay, here's a spin option. I didn't mean to do this, but... Yeah, so this is what the spin option looks like. You hit the OK button, it stops. Yeah, so you move it yourself, and then it's like, what the hell's the point? It's nowhere near me. What, am I going to just stay here and observe the clock? I move it myself. Yeah, let's go now. By the way, you can't ride the second hand. I don't think you can anyway. Let me move it myself here. Let's go back in time. I'm gonna wait for that second hand to get over there on that side, not risking that. Okay, we should be pretty good. Alright, this is a part I hated as a kid. Never really memorized this point. That's not really so much of an issue now. But yeah, the thing is that this guy locked the door, and we have to chase him through these caverns. The problem is that you have to... It's just a memorization sequence. You have to remember what exit which cavern leads to. It's just like... yeah, it's all memorization. I don't have time for that sort of shit, so we're just gonna go to the one that's the right one. We're gonna jump down this floor right here. This one, there we go. And I believe... there we go. Yeah, on my first playthrough, I was stuck here for like half an hour. Because the concept of writing down and memorizing something was just so alien to me. But there's a judge down here, and we got the Work Glove. Work Glove is a weapon for Tifa. You know what? I kind of want to talk to him and save my game. We're not going to do this one, so let's get rid of that. Go down, Cloud. Yeah, that's a bit finicky. Alright. No, if you go in a cavern and you come out of one in particular, you can't backtrack to that cavern by taking the one you just came out of. They all have their corresponding exits, so it's just a matter of, you know, again, it's all memorization. Once you memorize it, though, you should never ever have a problem with it again. Yeah, now we're in the mural room. This is where Sen got his shit wrecked, and Sephiroth is still here. I think he was doing while he was waiting. By admiring the fine art in the back. A treasure house of knowledge. I don't know what you're talking about! Don't you hate it when they just tease you like that? They just chuckle and they just exit stage right. Alright, I can't tell sometimes if Sephiroth is exercising or not, where he's just trying to praise the ceiling. That's a cool little thing. And Sephiroth's wiped out. Sephiroth wants his place in the sun, and he's planning on taking the entire planet with him. But it's simple, though. Once the planet is hurt, it gathers spirit energy to heal the injury. The amount of energy gathered depends on the size of the injury, so the bigger the injury, the more spirit energy is gathered to heal that wound. So Sephiroth's plan here is to cause an injury so catastrophic that the planet will have no choice but to unleash a whole motherload of spirit energy to heal the wound. Sephiroth then plans on being in the center of that energy gathering. He'll absorb it, become one with the planet, and become a god. Now, I just have one question for this sort of thing. If you cause an injury enough to destroy the planet, how the hell will the planet restore its injury if there is no planet to restore? I mean, if we're talking about a planet-annihilating attack, which is what he's talking about with Meteor, and if the planet is completely obliterated, then the planet can't gather spirit energy if it's not there. Cloud's freaking out. Maybe he's just really happy to see this mural. It looks like he's giggling. Hey, look, he's laughing. God damn it, Cloud. Get a hold of yourself. Alright, we'll just, yeah, maybe the, you guys are bringing up some points here, shut up, it makes sense. Okay. Maybe the spirit energy migrates to another planet. I don't think it's ever been interpreted if it can do that. Off the top of my head, anyway. I just have to research more of the Final Fantasy VII lore. Nanomachines. Alright, Cloud, I'm a bit concerned, buddy. Had a bit of an episode there, and I acting like nothing ever happened. So, alright, the ultimate destructive magic, Meteor. Something that can be summoned with the black materia. And that is why Sephiroth is looking for this black materia. I knew Meteor one day would be the end of us. I mean, it was the most powerful spell in the game in Final Fantasy IV. It was time magic in Final Fantasy V for some reason. I think it was. And 6 had Meteor as well. But I never used Meteor in 6. Often. But we got a boss battle here. Random red dragon out of fucking nowhere. Alright, red dragon is just like green dragon, only red. It packs a bigger punch, obviously. But this battle, not much I can say about this, because, you know, you get the big guard up, you have Cloud attack normally. That's pretty much all he's good for in this battle, because I think the red dragon has some pretty beefy physical and magical defenses. No, more magical defenses than anything else. So I wouldn't recommend using magic all often. Just have Cloud attack, Red 13 follow suit. When you get your limit breaks, you get your limit breaks. I do love that counter attack though. Sorry, Red Durgan, I apologize. I'm not sure if the Red Durgan has anything to steal. I'm gonna do one anyway, just in case. You never know. I could be completely wrong. I'll put up another big guard. Ouch. Imagine if I didn't have barrier, and imagine if that critical is now. I'll get a Clim Hazard on. Actually, you know what? I think I might be able to get off with Aqualung. But a Clim Hazard will suffice in the meantime. Not even poking the damn thing. Okay, but there is no blade. Zarlin001 comments, you should use Regen if you have it. Regen stacks with Big Guard amazingly. Regen is the third spell you can learn from the Restore Materia. I only have Cure 2 at this point in time. However, I think my Restore Materia is pretty close. But beating the Red Durgan, we get the Bahamut materia. That is an awesome summon. I'm going to replace Leviathan with that right now, actually. Let's get that on there. Awesome. Yeah, I'm still... I got 3,542 AP left to go before Cure 2 becomes Regen. Well, before I learn Regen, it doesn't replace the spell. Well, I don't even know why I'm curing, because I can just exit here immediately. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, we're locked in. And I also have a Dragon Armlet. Let's equip that. Dragon Armlet's pretty cool. Not only is it better than the Gold Armlet, well, it lowers our defense percentage just a tad, but it helps us absorb fire, cold, and lightning attacks. Well, it drains it by half. Makes for a good elemental shield. Oh, this little thing, little hologram. Look, the ancient temple had holograms. There's something written on it. Black materia. Black materia. Hey! Black materia. Okay, guys, was that really fucking necessary? I'm gonna take it. I mean, it's right there. Of course. It's a stubborn little black materia. Ooh, tell me more. Oh, no, she didn't. Tifa was the one that took a coat in the fridge. By the way, the black materia itself is the temple. Yeah, the temple itself, the whole building, is the black materia. But, okay. It is the biggest materia I've ever seen in my life. A huge materia, you could say. Nah, that's silly. But apparently, it is possible to convert it into that lovely little sphere that we all know and love. But in order to do that, someone pretty much has to sacrifice themselves, because the temple itself shrinks. And, you know, after it shrinks after a certain amount of time, the person that's inside the temple is going to get crushed. So it can only become a black marble if someone gives up their life for it. And no one's going to do that in this team because, you know, nobody wants to give up their life for that sort of thing. But at the same time, we can't leave it alone because Sephiroth would probably have no hesitation to sacrifice one of his cronies to convert the temple into black materia. So we gotta do something about that. Luckily for us, Ketchi overheard the entire story. I'm surprised he managed to get reception in this place, because I always got the feeling we were pretty deep underground. But Ketchi brings up a good point. Ketchi is a toy. He's being controlled by someone in Shinra HQ, so if there's anybody that can sacrifice anything, it's him. I mean, it's not really alive. I'm pretty sure the toy itself doesn't have feelings. It's a toy. It's being controlled by someone else. Yeah, Rock and Chocobo nominates Dio. What an asshole. He got it coming. Alright, you know what? Let's save here, too. Why not? I will save here. There we go. And the clock face stops at this point, so we can only go north up into room number 12. This is pretty ominous. The room is breathing. Alright. Let me make sure everything's good to go here. Counterattack, that's pretty nice. Enemy skill, yeah. Restore Bahamut and be absorbed. It's all fine and dandy here. Fire, ice, lightning. Well, it doesn't really matter because, ladies and gentlemen, we have a boss fight coming up. You know, in case it wasn't obvious enough. And I just want to say right now, I hated this boss so much in the early days because this is we got right here. I think it's either the demon wall or the demon gate. And this guy is just a tank. He has a really high physical defense, really high magical defense, and he hurts. He hurts like nothing else you've encountered so far. Ow. Okay, luckily for us, Aerith was in the back row, so we didn't get the full brunt of that. But yeah, there's like nothing I can tell you about this. It's just a matter of just attack and do what you can to survive, because Demon Gate ain't fucking around. Ow. Oh, you done fucked up now, son. But before we do that, let's show off that new summon we got. This is Bahamut. Luckily for us, Bahamut, even though we can only use him once, has a non-elemental attack that ignores defenses. So Demon Gate's gotta get the full brunt of this attack. Oh yeah. Oh, so satisfying. I love that. Alright, Caven. I think we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about that too much. Alright, but let's use that Fury or the Brand. Let's get those limit breaks up. The wall does not have any weaknesses. It can absorb some things. I don't remember which ones, but it does not have any weaknesses. This is just a simple battle of, you know, just hanging in there, surviving. Cure when needed. Because remember, without barrier on, or M barrier, like that ceiling attack that Demon Wall does, that does like 1300 at this point in time. And that's without, you know, that's not even when it does a critical hit. That shit hurts. Demon Wall hurts. Oh, Stardust Ray. I love it at this point in time. Yeah, you guys bring up a good point, though. It's a good thing there's only one Demon Wall. If there was one that appeared behind us, I'd be fucked. No, but that could actually be potential comic relief, because what if they both decide to do the Demon Crush attack at once? Their heads stick out of the wall, so they would headbutt each other first. Meanwhile, Cloud and Aerith and Red 13 will be just fine. I think that's pretty funny, actually. Oh man, but alright. Demon Wall's taken care of. I hated that guy so much back then. It just, ugh. That damage, man. It's just because of the sheer amount of damage he can do. And he's fast. Alright, but before Ketchi says his farewells, it's a toy and don't really have any sort of sentimental value for this sort of thing. Not to mention, he sort of gave away our keystone to the Turks. Now granted, they ended up getting their comeuppance with Sephiroth as well, but the fact that, you know, he was threatening to do something with Marlene, you know, probably, you know, I don't think they're ever going to do anything lethal with Marlene, but, you know, that's not exactly nice. It's a good thing I didn't have Barrett on my team when that happened. But before they decide to part ways, and Ketchi decides to read one more fortune. It's not good, though. Can't say it. Poor Tifa. What? Looks good. You are perfect. You are perfect for each other. God damn it, Star and Cloud Star. They show a great future. Star-crossed lovers. Now where have I heard that before? Ketchi, no offense, dude, but I don't think we really ever had a time to reconcile each other's feelings. Last time we checked, you were telling us, pretty much forcing us to go to the Temple of the Agents because, well, you took our keystone for one thing, and kind of threatened to harm Marlene if we didn't agree to go with you. I mean, you could be emotionally conflicted all you want, you just don't forget that sort of thing, dude. I gotta tell you though, it's really good. It's a really good thing that we have this toy to sacrifice. I mean, what if we didn't? What the hell we would have done to get the black materia out of here? I sacrificed Dio. Guy just cannot catch a break. Yeah, why not? Fuck him. He wrongfully prosecuted us and put us inside the Corral prison. Fucker. I'm glad I won that battle arena. Took his only chocobo feather and his protect vest. Not getting that shit back ever again. Oh, Kechi, your model's kind of glitching out there, buddy. But it's so cute. Alright, there you go. Kechi is solving those puzzles, making that temple shrink. And there you have it. The Temple of the Ancients is gone. And is now a floating black sphere of destruction. Don't mind me, Cloud. I'll just be getting this here. Alright, we got the black materia before Sephiroth. As long as we have this, he won't be able to use meteor. What can possibly go wrong? Apparently, though, we can't... Why would Cloud ask if we can use it? The black materia only has one purpose, and that's to summon meteor. Why the hell would you do that? You're gonna aim it at Sephiroth? Such a tiny target, you gotta hit the planet too. But Aerith pretty much says, don't worry about it. You need a lot of spiritual energy in order to use it in the first place. We don't have that amount. But there is one place that does, and that's the Promised Land. If it exists in the first place. Of course, we kind of forgot about Sephiroth, didn't we? I mean, he did disappear. We didn't exactly confirm if he left the place entirely. And we kind of forgot that Cloud sort of had an episode after Sephiroth was in the area. So this is kind of their fault. Alright, so Cloud's having another episode. No, don't do it. The noise. There, Cloud. Good boy. He's a dog now? Alright. Yeah, I'm controlling Cloud's inner 8-year-old boy. Can't do anything. Aerith, do something, for fuck's sake, come on. What are you doing? He's controlling me. I can't do anything about it. Don't be afraid. No. Aerith, for fuck's sake. I mean, I know it's supposed to be symbolic and shit like that, but this is kind of maddening. And we just gave the black materia to Sephiroth. Oh, damn it. Cloud, are you alright? Yeah, you sort of did. Tell me, goddammit. Cloud is not feeling good. He's actually feeling pretty frustrated. What has he done? Oh, yeah, he did. He kinda is. Oh, he's beating the shit out of Aerith. Hey, stop that. Cloud, taking your anger out on the wrong person there, buddy. Damn. Cloud in a fit of rage because, he was under Sephiroth's mind control. Took his anger out on Aerith. What a jerk. And then Cloud blacks out once more. Jesus, this guy's just not his day. Yeah, no, I mean, it is kind of weird timing, though, because we get, right after, Cloud has that mental tantrum, we get a second model of Kechi that appears to completely negate the feelings we're supposed to have towards the first Kechi, sacrificing himself to get the black materia in the first place. But it happens right after, or right as Cloud is taking his anger out on Aerith. Mood whiplash. Do you guys not know the meaning? This forest leads to the City of the Ancients, and is called the Sleeping Forest. Well, it's only a matter of time before Sephiroth uses Meteor. I mean, he does have the black materia now, so really the clock is ticking. We have to get going. But, unfortunately, this is all happening in Cloud's head. It's kind of like a dream. An interactive dream, which is always important in an RPG because it usually tells you the way or the answers that you need to find. Aerith has decided to go alone to the City of the Ancients. And Cloud is feeling quite the turtle. Sephiroth confirmed for Freddy Krueger as well. You know what? I don't even fucking know anymore. I guess that's right. Fuck you, Barrett. But you're right. Yeah. Aerith is gone. She disappeared. The City of the Ancients. That's where she said it. You know, I don't know why she went by herself, considering we've done everything together at this point in time. I mean, it's Cloud that has the mental disorder. You can tag along with Tifa and Barrett, Red 13. Hey, Red 13's good buds with you. Despite the Hojo incident. But, you know, that was in the past. And, let me see, Yuffie. She really just wants materia, but she'll go if it's promise of materia later down the road. And, Sid. I don't know about Sid, but who cares? Vincent. Who knows what that guy's thinking. Yeah, the fact that Aerith goes alone always did kind of bother me. I mean, why suddenly get the Messiah complex now that, you know, you're the chosen one, the one that you have to... You're the one that's the only one that can do it. You can have buddies, you have friends. We've been here for like 17 to 18 hours. Yeah, how did she get there by herself? Did she hijack the tiny Bronco? There's only one way to get there, and it's by sea. Shallow sea. I mean, did she teleport? I'd like to know how she did that. Yeah, our next destination is in the northern continent. You know, that's in a completely separate continent. We have to cross the ocean. Did she take the Junin boat? God, I don't know. But we are going to get to the bottom of things. We have to go to the northern continent. Again, this is another section where they're not exactly clear on where you have to go. She's a very good swimmer. God damn, yes she is. Alright, so we have to go. Our next destination... I'm thinking too hard. She flew, of course. Alright. Yeah, our next destination is the City of Ancients. The game doesn't really tell you where to go, though. You know, you got the tiny Bronco. I'm pretty sure if you're of the explorative type, you really want to see where you can go with that son of a bitch. And you gain access to a new continent because of that. So, I guess it's only a matter of time before you get the idea to go to that new continent you never were able to explore previously. So, you're not going to get lost for too long, assuming you're not using a guide for your first playthrough, obviously. Or you're using this as some sort of makeshift guide. As if you are, I apologize. But, yeah, maybe she ran really fast and skipped across the water. You know, the Flash can do that. I'm pretty sure Aerith is secretly the Flash. Alright, though. Ladies and gentlemen, though, that is the end of Session 10 of Final Fantasy VII. For the next session, Session 11. Oh boy. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII enthusiasts know what's going to happen next. But... for all those that don't, well, I hope you guys look forward to that anyway, assuming you're not playing this game for yourself. But we got a lot to do. We are nearing the end of the first disc, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is broken up into 3 discs. You won't know that if you're playing the PC version, obviously. But if you're playing the original PS1 release, this is where Disc 1 comes to a close. Well, soon, very soon. Not just yet. But, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for joining me for Session 10 of Final Fantasy VII. As soon as I find a good date and time for Session 11, I will do so, but in the meantime, I have things to prep for. more reviews to make. I gotta get started on the next review for Somecallmejohnny. More editing to be done for Super Game Brothers, and of course, Brain Scratch commentaries. We're always planning stuff there, and I hope that you guys look forward to it because, you know, this is where things really start to pick up. And I hope you guys look forward to it. With all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a great night, and take care. This is where I awkwardly pause the video to end the broadcast. Have a nice night, everyone.